friends, it's Unicorn Princess here, and my content is not directed at kids. Sorry, let me clarify that. I am so happy and flattered at anybody watching my videos. This is not a dig at young people at all. I love young people, but I do not create content directed at people under 13. The subject matter, the language that I use, most of the things we talk about are not aimed at people under the age of 13. The lowest age range I aim at, I think, is probably teens, but I'm talking like 16, 17, 18 teens. I'm sure everybody has seen this latest controversy with the FTC and COPPA and YouTube, and it's just an absolute disaster. And I was thinking, okay, so it's okay. If my content isn't made for kids, I'll just say my content is not made for kids. Problem solved. Except that that's not true. That's not how this works. And I've done a lot of research on it, and I went on the COPPA website and the FTC and looked up their guidelines, their physical guidelines, to figure out exactly what this means. Obviously, my main concern is as a Kawaii content creator, and you'll understand why that's my main concern once I read you some of these lists. I have made some notes, and I think that I should start out by clarifying what it means to have videos made for kids. The first thing to understand is that made for kids does not mean that you made your content for children. That's not what it means. That's not what the FTC means. What the FTC means when it's made for kids, and I'm going to read you this list, okay? You'll see why I'm concerned. They decide if your content is made for kids based on these following factors. Not what you say, not what you've picked, but based on these factors. When deciding whether or not your channel or video is made for kids, you should consider various factors, including subject matter of the video, educational content for preschoolers, whether children are your intended actual audience of the video, whether the video includes child actors or models. Seems kind of reasonable so far. I'm like, okay, I don't have kids in my videos, it's not aimed at kids, there's nothing like preschool, cool. Whether the video includes characters, celebrities, or toys that appeal to children, including animated characters or cartoon figures. They're gonna take one look at our type of videos and see toys and go,
oh yeah, definitely, for sure, it's for kids.
And it gets worse. Whether the language of the video is intended for children to understand. Does this mean if I speak clearly and don't swear that counts? Because honestly, they don't clarify any further. Whether the video includes activities that appeal to children, such as play acting, simple songs, games, or early education. Again, that's very vague, I don't know what that means. Whether the video includes songs, stories, or poems for children, I don't know what that means either. YouTube Analytics is not designed to help determine if your content is child-directed. You should use factors outlined by the FTC. And their definition of a kid is anybody under the age of 13. So that's a lot of kind of specific, but also very grey area things that concern me massively. The things about toys and things that might be appealing to children. That is a massive bracket, and this list just proves that the FTC don't understand what adults of today are into. Myself and many other Kawaii creators are in trouble. I am afraid. Maybe you're thinking,
Unicorn, if you mark your video as not for kids, then they just won't come after you and it won't be a problem.
Not so. Firstly, if they decide that your video is for kids and they mark it, or YouTube marks it as for kids, here are the things that are going to change. You will not have data collected, which is fine. I'm all for that. There will be no comments, notifications will be disabled, no ads, that's fine, no channel branding, no cards or end screens, no notifications, and they won't be able to save it to the playlist. And that's only some of them. That's not even all of the things that happen. So all of the main things that make content reachable and findable will be gone if they decide your video is for kids. My first thought was, I live in Scotland. This won't affect me. This is all American stuff. Not true either. Regardless of location, it doesn't matter where you are. You are supposed to comply with these rules. It also says we use machine learning to help us identify videos clearly for kids. Based on their list of music, cartoons, games are also listed in here, as in video games, as specifically for kids. I have no confidence that a machine will be able to determine whether this content is made specifically for kids or not. So I have two main questions that follow this. What if I set it wrong? What if I set my videos as not for kids because children are not my intended audience? What if I set mine as not for kids when they decide it is for kids? As creators, we are required to meet these standards by the FTC, and if we don't do it properly, they will take action against us. Action is vague, but if you look in the website, they suggest up to 42 grand fine per video. And it doesn't matter if you're monetized or not either. That was my other thought. Hey, I'm not monetized anymore since the last big YouTube f***ery, so I won't be affected. Also not true. Regardless of whether you're monetized or not, this will affect you. So you have to do it properly. So my last and most important question would be, how do I know if I've done it properly? How do I know that I've done it right? Because I don't want to fine. I can't afford to be fined on every one of my videos because they decide that these toys mean that it's aimed at children. It says, we are unable to provide guidance. We are unable to provide guidance. Oh my god. This is like purposefully grey area, purposefully just mind-blowing. Now I know that the aim is to protect children from like people online and collecting data, and you know, you might say some of the predators and not good people that are on these platforms, which is fine. I totally understand that, and I am in support of think of the children.
Won't somebody please think of the children?
But these guidelines are, first of all, not really guidelines. They're so vague, so grey area. It's like they're intended to trip us up. And like I say, my main concern is for the Kawaii creators, because many of the creators like me and my friends and the people that I watch do gaming and toy reviews and fashion stuff that I suppose makes us look pretty child friendly. The background of our content, the thumbnails, that there's a bit that specifies eye-catching and colourful as for children. Everyone's thumbnails are eye-catching and colourful. That's how you get people to watch your stuff. So, I don't know what's going to happen. I watched a few videos and I want to say that Chadtronic is a video that you should watch that breaks everything down. He has links to things. His is probably the high-end fear version of events. Worst scenario. I also watched the Jimquisition. He broke it down and his is like low-end, not the end of the world, not super concerned. I feel somewhere in the middle, specifically because of the aesthetic of my content. Do things like trips to Disneyland count as for children? I mean, clearly toys and toy collecting and this kind of thing, they consider for children. Looking at me as a person, I suppose they might consider me as for children. I am reasonably and relatively concerned, and I don't know what to do at all. And apparently swearing like a sailor will not help. So this seems like it might actually be bad for children, because for children content is going to be put and pushed towards children's platforms and areas, and it's going to have clearly not safe for children stuff in it. So, fear! So that's it for this video, guys. I don't have any answers. I really don't know what to do. Yeah, watch this space if suddenly you can't find my stuff, or you're not getting notifications, or it seems like I've not put out a video in months. I can assure you, it is not because I've not been making content. It's because the FTC have decided that I am specifically for children, which I am not. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notifications, do everything you can to keep seeing my content for the desperate fear that it will be gone forever. And I will see you guys in the next one, I hope.